Bill 1, why did you decide to become a journalist?
I feel like the integrity of journalism, especially now with social media and how the internet has taken over, I feel like there needs to be integrity restored in so that the public can really have somewhere to go and someone that they know is being honest with them. And I mean, I just feel like that's important, especially now when we're so divided.
Okay. Will 2, why did you decide to become a journalist?
There are two types of truths. There is a truth, which is what someone perceives to happen, and then there's the truth, which is what actually takes place. And that's going to differ. Basically, an a truth is what someone sees, and the truth is what a camera would see. Nowadays, a lot of people are getting mixed up of what is the truth and what is a truth. I'm just a guy who wants to get the truth out there.
Well, speaking of truth, I'm going to segue back to Will 1. What is your opinion and impression of what happened at the Capitol?
Well, it was completely disgraceful. It was a violation of everything that our country should stand for, and well, it was the inevitable result of years and years of propaganda and blaming and riling up a base of narcissistic, terrible people. And it's just, well, it was sadly inevitable with when you have a president who is so wrapped up in trying to make themselves, you know, above the law, above everyone else, and a base that is just being spoon fed lies and hate and fear. I mean, naturally, you'd have those very same people turn on the Capitol. I'm sorry, like I'm not really a political person like me,
Oh,
Clayton.
no,
So, so sorry, I'm just like, but
I'm
yeah,
asking Will. I'm just asking Will, so
okay, yeah.
it's all good. Okay, Will 2, do you think we'll ever be able to get rid of the divisive racism in this country?
As long as there are people who are too up their own ass and not willing to see the evidence that contradicts what they believe, no. Because again, we have too many people who are uh, self-righteous, self-involved, not willing to see other people's perspective, not willing to see the truth of what actually happens. They just want to fight for their hill, even if it's the wrong hill.
Okay. Will 1, what do you fear the most?
Well, it's something I've struggled with my whole life. I fear, honestly, the future, and I don't mean in the I mean in the grand scheme of things how no one can take what we've learned from history and really use it to see what is happening now and what could happen in the future. Everyone just seems to forget the patterns of history and things that have happened that parallel today that so obviously turned out in ways that we couldn't have imagined they've turned out. So I'm sorry, I'm bad at improv. So,
No,
uh,
that's fine. No,
mm,
just speak from your heart.
yeah, I'm not a very like political person and stuff,
No,
and I'm just trying to
that's good.
sound like a yeah.
No. The point of the exercise is that you sort of surrender to whatever responses that come out as the character, that you just in the moment make that choice for the character. So you don't have to worry. This is not a reflection on you, the actor. These answers are meant to be your character's answers, as how you perceive the character to be. Okay. And I
Mhm.
don't know if, I mean, maybe your will is normally apolitical. I don't know. That's possible. All right. Will 2, what do you fear most?
Honestly, I fear ignorance the most because it's everywhere and it's never stopping. We never know what's going to come next. We never fully comprehend a topic totally unless we spend our entire lives spent researching it. You know, Shakespeare once wrote The Undiscovered Country, and he was talking about the future. We never know what's going to come around the next corner. 2 years ago, we would have never experienced this. We would have never predicted that there was an entire nation worldwide lockdown, and we don't know how to combat it. As soon as we figured out how to fight it, it mutated. Now we need to figure out how to fight it again. And even on the social level, we're completely ignorant of how other people live on socioeconomic levels, and we're never going to get that unless we ourselves want to give up everything we've had and try to live in their shoes for like a week, maybe even a month.
Okay. Will 1, do you believe in God?
Well, frankly, no. I think I kind of think it's ridiculous in this day and age that so many people are still tied to this idea of a higher power. I feel like, and especially now, you see so many people advocating for the separation of church and state to be eradicated, which I just think is completely preposterous. And, well, short answer, no. And
No, thank you. You said it all. Will 2, do you believe in God?
No, I believe in what you can prove exists. I've read the Bible myself. Even though there's possible evidence that the guy named Jesus existed around this time and did all these things one way or another, the proof that the big guy himself is up there, it's not there. There's no evidence to say whether or not he is. So I don't concern myself with it. And honestly, if he is, he's a dick. Have you read the Bible? He kills more people than the devil. And the devil, people are convinced he's the bad guy.
Okay. Will 1, how do you want to be remembered when you die?
well, frankly, I mean, you see a lot of people today obsessed with being remembered extremely fondly by everyone, celebrities, that idea of leaving this huge, impactful legacy. But I mean, I don't really care about any sort of major legacy. I'm not striving for some sort of big accomplishment that will cement my name in history. I'd much rather just do what I can now for the good of, well, journalism, for the good of the country, and, well, hopefully be remembered fondly by friends, family. Because there's billions and billions and billions of people who aren't even remembered and who just pass away without people knowing who they are. And I mean, frankly, for as much as I would, as much as I would dream to be remembered as some sort of, paragon of journalistic integrity, I mean, it's just not realistic to be remembered as, that. So I think it's better to focus on the here and now than to worry about, what's going to happen when I'm dead.
Okay, thank you. Will 2, how do you want to be remembered?
I don't necessarily want myself to be remembered by my friends, family, sure. And they can remember me however they want. We've had spats, we've had good times, we've had bad times. Whatever they choose to walk away with once I leave this plane, totally up to them. I want my work to be remembered. I want my work to make a difference. I want my work to educate people who care to look at it. And I want them to judge the work by it on its own. Not because I wrote it, not because some other schmuck from around the corner wrote it, because it was written and it's good goddamn work.
Okay, based on its own merit. All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen.